Hey everyone, last year between Christmas and New Year's we went to 3 national parks. It was pretty cool, but this year Maddie's pregnant, so we're not flying anywhere, and all the national parks are on here. Like, you can go to Cuyahoga in Ohio, it's okay. You can go to Indiana Dunes National Park in Indiana, it's okay. We got one here in Michigan, but it's all the way up north and it's on an island, it's hard to get there. But I realized that we live 20 minutes away from another nation, and they also have national parks. So today we are going to Point Pelee National Park. Point PP National Park.
Pelee.
Is that correct? Oh, Point Pelee National Park in Canada, and we're gonna check it out. This is a weird feeling to be actually trying to go to the Bridge to Canada exit. Usually this is what you're like desperately trying to avoid. When Maddie and I were in high school, we accidentally got off this exit and almost went to Canada. And here we are, doing it on purpose this time. We are crossing the Ambassador Bridge, which is the third best way to get to Canada right now, after the tunnel and the not yet completed Gordie Howe Bridge, which you can see in the distance. Gordie Howe Bridge is better because it's named after Gordie Howe. The tunnel's better because it is a tunnel, and how cool is a tunnel? And the Ambassador Bridge is the third best bridge in Detroit after the Gordie Howe Bridge and the bridge to Belle Isle over there. We made it to Canada, we crossed the bridge. Maddie said, I thought it would be longer because you're going to a different country, but the bridge is only like a half mile long or something. So we're here in Canada, waiting in line to get in. Everyone's trying to get in today. It's a popular place, Canada. America's hat. Some of you may be wondering if it was wise for us to travel to an international country when Maddie is 33 months pregnant. And she could go at any time now.
I'm not an elephant. I don't have elephant gestation.
We actually thought this through. We're only an hour and a half from home if we get all the way to Point
2 hours from
Pelee.
our hospital.
And also, if the baby's born in Canada, dual citizenship, and I'm pretty sure it's free because healthcare in Canada is free. So this might end up working out for us. We'll see what happens. One of my favorite things about bilingual Canada is that they force them to print arrête on the stop signs, so it's in French also. But if you go to France, the stop signs just say stop. Canada's more French than France. So once you get into Windsor, it's only like 45 minutes to Point Pelee, but it says 42 minutes left on here. Does anybody know the conversion rate for Canadian minutes to American minutes? Is it like kilometers to miles or inches to centimeters? If you know, could you please send me a DM?
This guy's something in his mouth.
What is that?
It's a
What kind of...
Canadian goose.
So one of the things that's interesting is that as Americans, we don't learn a lot about Canadian history. One thing you may not know is that we had our own revolution against the British, but Canadians had their revolution against robots. They won that revolution just like we did against the British, but they've taken the robot skeletons and mounted them in their national parks as a reminder of the tyranny that once was.
We noticed that there's a lot of flat skipping stones here on the beach in Canada, and across the lake is Ohio, roughly the area of Sandusky. I'm pretty sure that these are all the stones that people skipped off the beach at Cedar Point. I'm gonna send these bad boys back to Ohio. Hat do you call home? Hat do you call home?
No,
Maddie thinks she saw a fox. Maddie, can you describe it? I need you to go on the record.
Sure.
Was it just that dog in the TV? Can you see him in there? Can you see that doggo? It was just that she has to pee really bad. And that Point Pelee teepee is not a pee-pee teepee, and so we had to find a bathroom. Going to national parks in the winter when they're closed is just a next level challenge, especially when you're 33 months pregnant. One of the great things about being out in nature is that nature provides. If you're thirsty, sure, you could get a drink from one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world, but it is Lake Erie, so you may be better off just helping yourself to a nice orange Coca-Cola. If you're ever out on a hike and your hands are feeling cold, just always remember, nature provides. And if you're picky, sometimes it even gives you options. Nature also provides snacks. Nature provides. Here it is, southernmost point of Canada, if you don't count islands. All right, I'm afraid to share this secret with you people, but this might be the best place in the world to find sea glass. We hit the beach glass mother lode here. Everyone knows that America launches its rockets from our southernmost point and peninsula of Florida. What you might not know is that Canadian rockets are launched from its southernmost point and peninsula at Point Pelee National Park. And it's the rockets taking off and the fire burning the sand, it turns it to glass. And that glass is then broken up and it goes in the ocean here, in the ocean area, and it's pressed on the sand and the rocks and it gets all smoothed out, and that's where sea glass comes from. You're now just south of the 42nd parallel, as far south as Rome and Barcelona. That doesn't seem right. Does that seem right to you people, that Rome and Barcelona are this far north? I always think of them as warmer places. Apparently, the Mediterranean is just Europe's Lake Erie. So in the States, at national parks and campgrounds, you'll see these trash cans all over the place that are meant to keep animals out. And for us, it's usually bears you have to worry about. But in southern Ontario, the apex predator is the beaver.
Damn.
Just walking in some spooky woods a few minutes before sunset in Canada. I'm pretty sure this is how every werewolf movie starts. If you never hear from us again, you won't see this video because I'm posting them after the fact. All right, Point Pelee National Park. That was a pretty good day. I can't believe that I've lived like an hour from this thing my whole life. Never heard anybody talk about it. Definitely worth your time to come out here. I would give it a solid 4 out of 6 points on the Canadian National Park ranking scales. It's not Banff. It's not, I don't know, that's the only other national park I've been to in Canada. It's not that. It's pretty good though. One last thought as we're driving out of Canada here. The Canada goose is a very vexing bird. If you think about it, in America, it's just a trash bird. You look at that bird and you're like, that's a trash bird. It's just gonna poop.
They're mean.
They're mean, exactly. You look at it and you're like, I don't want anything to do with it. But you think it's so weird because all the other big poultry birds, chicken, I'm gonna eat that. Turkey, absolutely. A duck, not me personally, but fancy people will eat them. But a goose, no, that's a trash bird. But you get to Canada, and this is why they're so vexing. You get here, and it's completely different. They're so majestic in Canada. A Canada goose in Canada is like seeing a bald eagle in America, because that's a symbol of this nation. But conversely, you see a bald eagle in Canada, and that's a trash bird. That's just a scavenger. That's like a seagull. I don't know what it is. There's something weird about when you cross the border, everything changes when it comes to geese and eagles.
For about 26 miles, continue straight.
What is it? Okay, Maddie thinks this pink sky is the sunset, but it seems very unnatural. Also, the sun was supposed to set 10 minutes ago.
What is happening?
What? Okay, we could see this for miles, like literally miles, for the last 5 minutes, and we're coming up on this. This is not a sunset.
What?
The entire sky is pink.
What?
What is it?
What the heck? Wait, what is this?
The whole entire sky is glowing pink because of whatever they're growing in this greenhouse. There's another greenhouse or something over here glowing yellow. We got more pink ones over here. Who knew that Ontario was so lit, fam?
Ontario the one that makes sunsets for us?
Ontario is, I guess, the part of the world they export sunsets.
I can actually see better.
It feels like the middle of the day, but it's dark out. It's nighttime here.
This is so weird.
Even Windsor, aka South Detroit, heading back to the United States of America. Can't wait to get back on solid ground again.
To keep left toward United States of America.